Hello.
Hello.
Hi guys. Welcome
Hi.
back. As you can tell, the energy is lower because we saw a worse movie just
Yeah.
First of all, I'm Booster. I'm a dog. My suit was made by Party Animals. He's a very good friend of ours. We didn't introduce ourselves last time, so.
And I'm Aaron, and my suit is made by Puzzles Patchworks. We will link them in the description down below.
That's true.
And we are your unemployed friends.
Yeah, we didn't even say that.
And we just saw Running Man.
That's true. It's Friday at 3:20 p.m. We did see The Running Man. I was actually really excited for it.
Yeah, I was genuinely really excited. I love Edgar Wright. The Cornetto trilogy, Scott Pilgrim, Baby Driver, like all movies I love. I haven't seen Last Night in Soho, but like if gun to my head someone asked me who my favorite director is, I probably just say Edgar Wright.
I know. It was always my answer too, not so much anymore.
Yeah, I don't think that after this one, because this was a stinker in his catalog.
I was looking forward to it. The last movie I saw, well, I became a fan of Edgar Wright, you know, in high school, as most film nerds do.
With Scott
and then
Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim was the one, and then you watched the Cornetto, which I'm not a huge fan of. But
I think they're fun.
They're okay. And then I was excited because Last Night in Soho I saw in theaters when I was in college on Halloween, October 31st, 2021. And I was like, this rules, this is so cool. And all my, you know, film reviewers I was pals with, they're like, oh, this isn't actually that good. It's kind of mid. And I was like, what? Y'all are a bunch of haters.
That's what I heard and I wasn't into movies like that at the time.
I hardly was either, so I loved it. I was like,
I do like
rocks.
Matt Smith, so I really don't know why I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, it's good. I told them to watch it, and they said they didn't get around to it.
I got other shit to do.
That's okay. Well, I liked it. I liked it back then. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Thinking on it, I haven't seen it since then, so it probably didn't leave a huge impact. I might rewatch it because I think I would lower it. But yeah, we saw The Running Man. It's based on a Stephen King book. The second one this year.
Yeah.
The Long Walk, which I also saw. You didn't see it.
I did not show up fat and in jeans. I was getting back surgery.
That's true. Well, I saw it. That one was pretty mid too. That was 6 out of 10. And it was the kind of thing where I was like, this is such a book. This feels like so much of a book. And I read it after watching the movie, and I loved the book. I was totally right. It worked so much better as a book. It was kind of, wasn't the best adaptation, but people seem pretty stoked on it. But Edgar Wright, man, he's the man. And this
so good.
The trailers have really been, you know, we seeing it every time. I really enjoy the trailers.
Yeah. I remember rolling my eyes at first, like Glenn Powell's in another fucking thing, and then I saw Edgar Wright, and I was like, never mind.
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
here. I'm good. I'm seated.
I was so excited to see a new Edgar Wright film.
It was literally opening day.
That's right. It's literally the day it came out. We saw it in IMAX. And yeah, what did
it was so fine. It was a movie, and it was 2 hours, like 13 minutes.
Yes.
A little too long.
There was stuff happening in front of me.
Yeah. It was a movie. It was
Well, okay. It's all about Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
He lives in dystopian Co-op City, which is you know, he's down on his luck, and there's this like epidemic of kids getting sick.
Yeah.
And his daughter's like super ill, and he needs money.
Yeah, dystopian future.
The generic.
The ultra wealthy.
King.
Yeah, like pretty standard, ultra wealthy, run everything, megacorps. Poor people have to work their lives away in shitty conditions. He's blacklisted from getting a job because he spoke to union reps.
And he got fired for saving.
He notified union reps of like an OSHA violation.
It's so generic. It's literally so generic. It's just like, oh wow, you got fired for insubordination. Cool.
Yeah, which
He's like, I was helping my employee. He's like, well, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm fine with something so simple because. Do we just talk about spoilers? No. Okay.
Well, it sets up the scene, and then he's like, I need money, so he goes on these, you know.
He goes
like
audition for every reality show.
They build this big audition.
Company.
He goes to the Squid Game headquarters, and he wants to apply to the reality shows. You can win money. He gets put on The Running Man, where they get hunted down for 30 days. Yeah. Every day he survives, he wins money for his family. So he's like, let's do it.
Make it all 30 days, you get $1 billion.
And no one's ever made it that far.
Yeah, someone in season 1 made it 29. That's the record. No one else makes it more than 2 weeks usually.
And he starts running, and the first half I liked.
The first half was quite fun.
I was pretty into it because it was just him by himself trying to survive. You know, going to Boston and buying all these fake IDs and just trying to survive.
Kind of using like his local connections. Like he immediately goes to someone who can sell him fake IDs and guns, and that was a weird part where the guy was like, I was going to give you a job, and he was like, okay, well, fucking tell him yesterday.
It was supposed to be, he's like, I would have given you a job. You didn't have to do this, but too bad.
Yeah, too late. But yeah, it's like that. I thought that was cool where it's like, the working class, the poor people, gotta like help each other out, stick together. But it's also they're incentivized to sell each other out because they can get a monetary reward for information on him. Except it's like monetary reward where they're like definitely not going to pay it out. They're just going to be like, oh, thanks.
They're just trying to sell it their film. I mean, obviously it's a parable of like, you know, kick down instead of punch up, right? That's kind of what they're all about.
It's super, super on the nose thematically. It is ultra wealthy bad, and you don't want them to be owning the media and the government in the way that they do currently and could in this extreme universe. And like, you know, the working class has the power, and I'm like, that's shit I love.
But it was so
I wish
basic.
the movie was better.
I know. Well, the whole thing, it was so generic. It was not Edgar Wright, man. He wasn't there. He didn't post up. And you think it's studio interference, but I low-key think he just lost the sauce. I don't think he has it these days.
He's what, like 40 something now.
But he watches so many. I mean, he hasn't popped up since Baby Driver. That was 2017.
And that was Michael Bacall the other writer on that?
Remember. I think he was the only screenwriter.
Okay.
Well, anyway, it was just so.
Yeah.
It didn't have his name on it. You know, I was telling them they how do these fun scene transitions every 5 or 10 minutes, and they go like, wow, that's so cool. I was like, no, it's not, because it's just every other scene is just basic camera work. It doesn't have the tracking shots. It doesn't have this. It doesn't have that. It was like stuff that I was really looking forward to from like Baby Driver or Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
There was chances they could have done like long tracking shots. The opening scene was so boring. It was just credits, and he was just walking around. I was like, this would have been a really interesting time to show a tracking shot. Maybe you show more establishing of the city instead of just like.
Yeah,
it was so generic.
They had like the one fun shot in the hallway, which is in the trailers.
Yeah, all the cool shots were in the trailers.
And they had the cool scene transitions, which you said feel like a PowerPoint.
It doesn't do anything else besides make it feel like a PowerPoint. It's like you can be creative every 2 seconds, but it's not if you're not putting narrative to the story and making it interesting.
Yes, I needed my shreds of Edgar Wright-isms.
I know, but
it feels like Doctor Strange 2, which is directed by Sam Raimi. And sometimes it feels really directed by Sam Raimi, and then other times it's a Marvel movie. And it felt the same thing where like sometimes it was Edgar Wright,
it would shine,
and other times it just wasn't. And which is why I went to like studio tampering, or because there was a lot of weird ADR too.
There was.
That it was like, I think the shots became generic because they wanted to keep people's mouths off screen and stuff. Like
is this the editor, the same person? I at least assume this is similar editor of the Baby Driver. Come on, where'd it happen? It's one of the best edited.
Wouldn't you?
Anyway, so as it goes on, he kind of gets, people start helping him. He gets these little cronies and allies and stuff. And when Michael Cera shows up, we both tuned out because it got so boring. There's a point where he's like, oh, I'll help you. I'll be a revolutionary. But then he purposefully calls the cops to come attack them. And he's like, what are you doing? He's like, let's have some fun. And then he, just like in the trailers, he shoots the water gun and Home Alones them all. And I was like, oh, I understand from a movie perspective, but this is so annoying. I just rolled my eyes. What the fuck is the point? No one cares.
It was a fun like set piece of a guy who's home aloned his entire house because he hates the fucking feds, which like that's fun. It definitely was like, what the hell are you doing? And it's such an easy fix when his mom wanted to hit the button, have her do it.
I know.
And he goes, cool, I planned for this.
Yeah, it was
that would make the scene like flow so much better.
But it didn't have like, it could have been cool if it was like absolute cinema type shit. I would have been like, okay, it was worth it. But it was just like stuff I'd seen in the trailer, and it just
it was everything interesting about the movie is in the trailer, which sucks.
And then he meets up. He like steals the car. I don't care about spoilers. He steals. I'm not gonna do anything
spoiler
crazy.
alert.
No. It's not gonna be anything crazy.
Okay,
but he meets up with this girl at the end, and we just do not give a shit about her.
She was the worst in the movie.
She had no reason to be there. She had no time to develop her character. They yap in the car a little bit. He's like, don't you know that they're putting us against each other and they're trying to make us fight?
She's a vehicle.
He's like, your scarf is worth more than my daughter's. I could have saved her with that. So it's just so on the nose, and no one cares. And the ending climax was boring as fuck.
I get what it was going for. It definitely feels like this took a lot of stuff. It did like the entire book. It didn't cut like the major beats.
Yeah, we haven't read the book.
I'm guessing. It felt like it hit all the major beats, but had to trim all of the other stuff. So like a lot of the connective tissue is gone, and it's just like
the character development.
Okay.
Yeah. Like and it was literally just we thought You think it was 7 initially, and then a 6, and then a 5? Because for me, it was
Yes,
it
yeah.
was. I didn't have a score at first because I was really hoping to like it. I'd heard kind of mid things about it, and I didn't have a score. I was like, I'm gonna go in blind.
Yeah.
And then after like half an hour, I was like, it's probably like a 7 or
Yeah.
a 6. And then by the end, I was like, okay, I get it.
was
It's
just
a fucking 5, whatever.
It was just a slog. It was so.
And that 5 out of 10 is not bad. That's ironic.
Yeah,
because
it's just it is perfectly average, normal movie.
Normies will like it.
It's like
actiony.
it's
but
something
it was,
my parents are gonna love because
I know.
they'll watch like fucking Jason Statham, The Beekeeper, and have a good time, and that shit's a 2 out of 10. Like it is. Yeah, it is as like normie slop as possible.
And that's the problem. The problem is it's like that's a 5 out of 10, but it's a low 5 because it comes from talent. It's Stephen King and Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
Come on, like what? This should not be a 5 out of 10. Where is the sauce? He
Yeah,
needs
exactly.
it. He's missing it.
Yeah, so yeah, we both give 5 out of 10.
Can I? Some things I liked about it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I liked Coleman Domingo. He was the TV show host.
Yes.
He's so slunty. He's always my
Slutty
favorite,
and cunty.
Yes, my favorite parts of the movie were the TV show
Can
scenes.
I say that on YouTube?
Yeah, I don't
probably.
The TV show scenes when he's hosting, he's him and
It's
up
so
as a
fun.
reality show.
He's so fun.
I like Coleman Domingo. He was good in Sing Sing last year. He was nominated for that.
Yeah.
This was my favorite acting he's done because he was having so much fun and just
He was
really
so over the top,
but in a fun way, not like in a corny, like uncomfortable way. It was like he's being so engaging, and I liked all the editing and it felt like a futuristic reality TV show, and I liked that it had a lot of the AI video fake outs.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of times they'd be like, oh, you did this, you did that. It's like, well, I didn't do that at all.
Yeah, like the corpos, Glenn Powell, was it Ben Richards?
Yeah.
He had to record a tape every day and mail it in. He has to vlog for 10 minutes a day while on the run. And one of his vlogs, he's like, hey, this is a message for the people. They're dividing us. They're giving kids cancer. And then they like AI it away and they don't air that and they make up some other bullshit that looks perfect.
I like that.
And
at
like,
least.
I liked that at least was subtle. Where they didn't have a character say, wow, it's so fucked up that you can just generate
AI.
video of me immediately.
I didn't think they ever said the words AI.
Yeah,
video.
but it's like, there was one moment towards the end where he's like, wow, that was fast.
Yeah,
Because it's just like, that was the only time I used my brain where I was like, ah, yes, they're talking about AI because it's like instantaneous and it like is decently enough. It's in the movie, it's perfect.
And
it
it makes
looks like
sense
real footage.
because people always talk about on Twitter, they're like, oh my god, AI video is going to be the death of the court system because you can just AI, like CCTV
yeah,
footage.
which is a legitimate fear.
Yeah. So I thought it was at least nice to visualize that, but
that was like the only subtle thing in the movie.
Yeah, it was.
Every other plot point, every theme had a character who said it like straight at you.
Yeah. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
The Running Man.
Yeah.
5 out of 10.
Yeah.
2.5 out of 5. Edgar Wright, fix your shit.
Work with Simon Pegg again.
I cannot believe The Long Walk was better than this. Ugh. I would never have thought that.
Yeah.
Read The Long Walk.
My goat
That's a
is
good
washed.
book. Watch Last Night in Soho, or if not,
I'll
just watch Baby
do
Driver
that. I'll
again.
let you know. Yeah, watch Baby Driver, watch the Cornetto trilogy, watch Scott Pilgrim. Those are all good. Yeah, this had none of that like visual style. There was no like Edgar Wright's thing to me is like visual gags in the Cornetto trilogy and Scott Pilgrim, nothing. Which this isn't a comedy, so I guess it makes sense. But still.
Well, it just didn't even have any of the editing or intense like action like Baby Driver. That's my favorite Edgar Wright movie.
Oh yeah, I think that's his best movie for sure.
Regardless, what movie's next? Zootopia's not next week, is it?
No, Wicked.
I don't want to see Wicked.
He doesn't want to see Wicked. I think we should see Wicked and do a. I don't want to say it on camera. I don't want to make promises I can't keep.
Well, we'll see Wicked maybe. We're definitely seeing Zootopia.
Yeah.
We're going to be the first ones to hear it.
On
Furries.
God.
Check that shit out.
Yeah.
Knives Out. Avatar.
Check it out once we let you know how it is.
Well, that's true. Knives Out is coming. Avatar.
True.
Oh, God. What else? Other things.
Oh, I'm not excited for Avatar.
Okay.
But...
See you on.
Okay, yeah, that's...
Go
all right.
check out The Running Man if you want. I'll
Or don't.
see ya. Bye.
Bye.